So are keto dieters getting a little culty? Hey folks, my name's Allie. Let's get started. So we all know keto as that high fat and low carb diet. And I feel like sometimes people take the high fat part super seriously and they can get a little, I don't know, very obsessed with that part of the diet. I looked up the definition for what a cult could be, and it said a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. So when it comes to high-fat keto, sometimes to me it seems like we can be really obsessive about eating high-fat, and we get a little defensive when people say that they don't want to eat high-fat keto. So let's just get this out of the way. I've said it many times. Ketosis is when your body runs on fats rather than sugar. So any diet that puts your body into this state of ketosis because you're not eating lots of sugar is technically a ketogenic diet. So even though we know keto as that high fat, low carb diet, you can actually do it as a low carb, moderate fat, higher protein way of eating and still be in ketosis. If you want more info on why you don't have to eat high fat on keto, check out my Do Calories Matter video down below. And actually, for anybody who has weight to lose, basically, if you're not trying to maintain, but you want to lose pounds and fat from your body, I would recommend looking at keto as a very low carb, sort of low, moderate fat, and high protein diet. You definitely want to hit your protein goal, but you don't have to eat that fat because you're going to burn it from your body. And I know I've said before that it's all about calories, and the thing about keto is that it makes it easier to eat less calories for lots of people. You're not as hungry, your body learns to run on fat, you're not increasing those insulin levels with those carbs, so you're not having those sugar crashes. So it's a multifaceted way that keto helps you eat fewer calories. But for the people who are losing lots of weight, even if they're not counting calories, they are probably, I'm 100% sure that they are consuming less calories overall, and that's why they're seeing weight loss on keto. And so for those people who lose, a lot of water weight in the first maybe few weeks or maybe in the first month of keto, and then they don't really lose anything after that, and they ask me, they comment, they say, Allie, I've lost 20 pounds, but now I'm not going anywhere, and then I always say, just make sure you're counting calories, because if you approach keto as a high fat diet and you're eating more fat than you need, you're not going to lose any weight and you might gain it. And I say this as somebody who has gone through it. I've lost 170 pounds on this diet. But definitely after like the first month or two, I became very serious about my calorie count, my carb count, and I wasn't too concerned about protein, and I had some issues with that with hair. And I'll post that video down below too. Make sure to hit your protein goal. But yeah, I don't think I would have lost all that weight if I hadn't been counting my calories. And so when people out there say, hey, watch out for that high fat, it's not a goal, it's just there to help you feel fuller. And people know keto is the high fat, low carb. Like you can eat all the bacon, you can eat all the cheese or all the cream or all the whatever you want, fat bombs. They get a little defensive, and, they've had keto in their mind as this, magic pill diet where they can eat whatever they want fat wise and lose weight. But I don't think that's true. And so maybe when their beliefs are challenged, I think that they respond a little heatedly. And yeah, I think it makes them seem a little culty. So I've been doing keto for 3 years, and this is just my tip as somebody who has been very interested in health and weight loss over the past over 3 years now. There is no one size fits all diet, okay? I would never say keto is the best diet for every single person out there. I think a lot of people who struggle with being overweight or struggle with weight loss, there are lots of underlying issues, and everybody's issues are going to be different. If you're an emotional eater, so you eat when you're bored or you're tired or when you're depressed, and you like to binge on carby foods like, mashed potatoes, those comfort foods, French fries, or sweets, candy bars, packets of Twizzlers, cupcakes, whatever, that's caused by that emotional trigger. So if you're that type of eater, keto might work for you because you're going to cut out those comforting foods and it'll help you grow away from your addiction, hopefully. If you're somebody who loves that full feeling of just having that full stomach, at the end of the night, maybe you don't need to do keto. Maybe just calorie counting and realizing how much food you're actually putting into your body will help you. If you're a grazer and you'll just eat all day, little amounts here or there, maybe your coworkers brought in donuts and you'll have a donut, or maybe, you get home and you just want a snack here or there and then you snack before bed. Maybe again, you don't need to do keto. Maybe it's just going to be, about counting calories, or maybe even trying intermittent fasting. Maybe that'll help you break that, grazing addiction throughout the day. If you're one of those people that loves, junk food, all the processed stuff, fast food, maybe doing something like Whole30 or, going pescatarian or vegetarian will help you break that addiction to those really salty, fatty, carby foods. If alcohol itself is causing you to gain weight, or if eating after drinking is causing you to gain weight and be unhappy and feeling crappy, maybe professional help is in your future, or maybe, you just want to try to limit your alcohol consumption, or maybe going keto would work because, there are certain alcohols we can't really have, like higher carb beers and ciders. So I'm not going to sit here and say that keto, is just the best thing in the whole world for everybody. It's really down to what your issues are, it's causing you to overeat. So what I'm getting at here is that since keto is not the best diet for every person out there, then obviously the different approaches to keto are going to affect people differently. If you are working out seriously, yeah, maybe you need to carb cycle, but I probably wouldn't recommend carb cycling to somebody who's just, not looking to get buff, but just really wants to lose 150 pounds and get rid of their diabetes. I wouldn't say, yeah, have a cheat day once a week. That's just, I'm just trying to figure out what would help you break your addiction to your overeating and overconsumption. If you're addicted to sweets and binging on sweets, I would say avoid the fat bombs. You don't need those. Avoid keto baking and keto dessert substitutes because those are things that in the past you've had trouble with. So why would you incorporate them into your healthier way of eating now? If you overate on them then, what makes you think you're not going to overeat on them now? If you're one of those people who tried keto and you said, I don't feel full, I'm eating bacon and I'm eating cheese, I would say try some more vegetables. If you like that full feeling, but you're not getting that from this diet and you're just eating all the bacon, you can. You're going to definitely hit your calorie limit, but you might not get that physical full feeling. So incorporate more vegetables, please. Vegetables are good for you. If you're getting hungry, throughout the day, maybe you're at work and it's 10:30 before lunch and your stomach's rumbling and you're feeling like you're about to starve, I would say add in more fats to your breakfast. Maybe add an extra tablespoon of butter to your eggs or add some cheese. Add those fats in, but do it in a healthy way, I would say. If you're just a beginner, you don't have to go out and buy the MCT oil. You don't have to drink coconut oil. Just add some more heavy whipping cream to your coffee if that's what you want. If you want to add MCT oil and you feel like that would help you, great. But I'm not going to sit here and recommend to everybody that they have to go buy special ingredients. And so I made this video because I feel like a lot of people out there feel like keto has to be high fat. But really, the approach to keto is going to depend on everybody's different needs for their body and their emotional needs. And maybe those needs will change. I mean, if you've got 100 pounds to lose and you are doing lazy keto, you'll definitely probably lose some weight because you're cutting out calories anyway by cutting out maybe sodas or breads or pastas or sweets. And so, you might lose a lot of weight that way. But maybe at some point you kind of stall. So then you might want to look at your calories. So, even for one person, the approach to keto is going to change. And so the cult of keto, I think, comes from, people think that there's that one way to do it. You have to consume coconut oil. You have to cut out all artificial sweeteners. You cannot ever eat sugar. Well, I'll be honest with you folks, I do eat small amounts of sugar that shows up in my dark chocolate and it shows up in my cured meats like sausages or deli meats. No, you don't have to eat grass-fed everything. I'm sure it's better for the animal and it's better for the environment, but I'm on a budget and I'm sure lots and lots of people out there are too. So it's not, just gonna be one way to approach this. So folks, I beg you, please do not act like we are in a keto cult. There is no hierarchy of doing it better. If it's working for you, great. If it's working for your friend the way that they're doing it, awesome. If you're losing weight and you're feeling better about yourself and about your health, amazing. There is no problem with that. If you feel like maybe you could do it in a healthier way, great. Then try it in a different way. Just figure out what works for you. So let me know what you think. I mean, have you come across these people, online or in person who try and tell you the way to do keto, even though maybe you've lost a lot of weight and, you're just like, what are you talking about? It's not a contest. It's really not. As long as you feel like you have bettered yourself from yesterday or even a year ago, then I think you're on track. So yeah, it's all going to be subjective. So if you do run across those people online or even in real life, how do you interact with them? Because usually my approach is just, if I'm in a Facebook group or even in my own comments, I probably just ignore it. And I'm just, oh, I did my own thing and it worked for me. So I don't know. I don't let it bother me too much, but I want that information to be out there that there is no one right way to do keto. So let me know, what is your way of doing keto? How do you approach it? And what do you do when you come across those people online or in real life? And how do you interact with them? Well, folks, that's about it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to find me on Instagram, my name is keto_Ally. Also, I have a blog. It's AllyMcWowie.com. And you can find me on Facebook as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Ally. Have a good one. Bye. I've also considered going live because I get lots of, like personal comments about people who have their own struggles with keto, and if I sat there and typed everything out, it would take me forever. So if you want to have like a live session with me and maybe get my ideas on things, I'm not a weightlifter or anything like that, so I'm not like the best expert on keto plus workout. So like carb cycling I wouldn't know anything about, and like I do simple keto. So asking about like these special ingredients, if I've tried them, I probably haven't. If it's not something I can get at Walmart, I probably haven't tried it. But yeah, so if you do want to see that live video, I don't know when it would come out. Maybe I'm gonna have some more time here in the next month. So maybe in the next month I would do that. So just so that you get a notification for that, make sure to click that bell. I guess that's what'll notify you on your device, whatever you're using, that I'm going live, so that you don't miss it. Okay. But as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.